Section 1-4, the Pythagorean Theorem. Our objective today is to use the Pythagorean Theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Our new vocabulary are legs, hypotenuse, and Pythagorean Theorem. Let's start with our vocab as usual. The legs are the two shortest sides in a right triangle. The hypotenuse is the longest side, which is always opposite the right angle. Remember, a right angle is 90 degrees. And the Pythagorean theorem is an equation that shows the relationship between the legs and the hypotenuse. Let's start by labeling this triangle, whether they are legs or hypotenuse. This right here would be the right angle. That makes these two the legs. The legs always form the right angle. And the one opposite it is the hypotenuse. Now this triangle is a little less straightforward. In this case, our right angle is up here, which means these two are the legs, and the hypotenuse is down here at the bottom. The Pythagorean theorem states that in any right triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs is equal to the square of the length of the hypotenuse. Now, if you're anything like me, that's a lot of L words in a row. So really what it is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b are the two legs, always. Doesn't matter which one's A and which one's B, but they are the two legs. C is the hypotenuse, always, always, always. So we're going to find a hypotenuse. We're missing side C, you'll see over here. 5 and 12 are our two legs. So it doesn't matter which one's A and B. I'm going to say A is 5 and B is 12. We're going to plug those into our Pythagorean theorem. A squared, so 5 squared, plus 12 squared, which is b squared, equals c squared. Since we don't know what c is, that's what we're solving for. To solve this, we're going to start by squaring the 5 and the 12. 5 squared is 25, 12 squared is 144, and that's still equal to c squared. One note, you cannot add the 5 and the 12 together to get 17 and then square that. You will not get the same answer and it will be wrong. So now we add our 25 and our 144, and we will get 169 equals c squared. Now we learned a couple of sections ago that to undo a square, I square root both sides. So that will leave me with c equals 13 centimeters. Now this is one of the few cases where we don't have to worry about the positive and the negative square root, because I cannot have a negative side length of a triangle. Now, an architect drew the sketch of a bridge shown below. The bridge has 12-foot-long horizontal members, that's right here, and 24-foot-long vertical members, so that's those right here. What is the length in feet of each diagonal member? So we're looking for this length right here, round to the nearest foot. Well, the two blue sides that I drew up here are the legs. So I'm going to pick A to be 12 and B to be 24. If I had chosen these backwards, so if I had said A is 24 and B is 12, it will get the same exact answer for C. So we'll plug these into our Pythagorean theorem. 12 squared plus 24 squared equals C squared. Well, we know 12 squared is 144, and we can figure out that 24 squared is 576, still equals C squared. Give myself a little more space to work with here. 144 plus 576 is 720, equals c squared. To solve for c, I square root both sides. And so c is equal to, when rounded, 27. My answer up above is 27 feet. Notice that we will have to do the square root of 720 in a calculator, and you will not get exactly 27. But my problem says round to the nearest foot. So that's the place where you have to watch. Where do you need to round to? Try these two problems on your own. Number 1, find the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle with legs 12 and 16. We're going to say A equals 12 and B equals 16. So plug those in. 12 squared plus 16 squared equals c squared. 12 squared is 144. 16 squared is 256 equals c squared. 144 plus 256 is 400 equals c squared. Square root both sides. You will end up getting c equals 20 centimeters. Don't forget to label your answers. For number 2, we have 22-foot horizontal members and 25-foot vertical members. We're going to find the length of the diagonal. Let's set A equal 22 and B equal to 25. So I'll set up 22 squared plus 25 squared equals c squared. 22 squared is 484. 25 squared is 625. That equals c squared. When I add those two together, I get 1,109 equals c squared. Square root both sides. So that c equals about 33 feet when I round to the nearest whole number. Your assignment will be the Pythagorean Theorem worksheets.